What up, YouTube? It's Mike Moore here again, doing a live video feed right now. I'm going to teach y'all how to make a smoke grenade homemade. A lot of people say that it's really, really hard. There we go. Much better. I know this was a dipping and a smoking channel, but I wanted to try to do something that every couple of my best friends were asking me, how do I make smoke grenades? I've done it almost every 4th of July just because it's cheaper. All you'll need, and I got the supplies right here, all you'll really need is 2 of these, of these Eagle or East Point ping pong balls. I found that these are a lot cheaper and they, come in a pack of 24 or smaller. All you'll need is 2 of them. I've made these almost every year for 4th of July. They work really great. They burn, as if y'all don't know, ping pong balls are highly flammable. When they flame up, all they leave is a residue. They don't leave any mass. You'll need 3 of them. So that one, really, I wouldn't go higher than 3 max. And then you'll need some tin foil. These are just leftover pieces from covering up food or anything like that, but these are clean. Square pieces, probably the width of your hand would be preferred. Depending on how many you make, you'll need probably 6 or 7, depending on how many. Scissors and a pen or a pencil, the width that you want the smoke to come out of. All right, let's get right into it. The scissors, you take a ping pong ball. And I always found out that this is a harder step to do, which get adult supervision when you're doing this and get them to help you. All you want to do is have a starter line in the ping pong ball. And then what you can do is stick it on and start cutting it around this. Try to get it around the center as even as you can. Use a knife if you want. And since I'm doing this indoors, I'll have another video later on about me using them, probably this 4th of July. I wish I had a knife or something, but you can also use a knife, whatever you feel more comfortable with. All right, so you have a half a ping pong ball. What you'll do is chop this up into small pieces. In my opinion, smaller the better, but you don't want to get too small. So these are 2 halves. I made a whole bag of the little bits, probably an inch. This size right here is fine. What you'll do is take tin foil, take a ping pong ball that you have not cut, put that right in the center, push down, and curl up so it looks like that. Then open up the top part. Like so. Like that. take that ping pong ball out. That cavity that you made inside of it should be about the same width as your ping pong ball. Take your little shreds. I have them in this bag because I make a lot of these. And I might even do this with a friend later on. I say take about a pinch of those if you're doing like I do. It should be probably 2 or 3. Put them down in the center of the tinfoil. And when I say use probably a thicker than a thinner, this is what I have, but is you'll stick that right in the center. And then you close the tinfoil around the pin, making sure that you only have one way that the air can get out. All right, then once you have that, and I'm going to try to clean it up a little, is you'll have a little flute in. The stuff is down deep inside, which I'm going to flatten out the bottom of it. So as you see, that's where you'll hold a flame, not touching, but just barely on it. When you start hearing it sizzle, keep it on there for a little bit. When you start seeing smoke come out of the top, which I'll show you in another video. This right here is a homemade smoke bomb. I'll do one more for you. Let me get a better piece of tinfoil. It seems like I cut these wrong, but like I said, you can't ever really do these wrong. Take a ping pong ball, set it right in the center. As you can see, it's right in the center. Then what I usually do, if I'm not sure, is I fold up the little edges first, so it looks like a little flower with a ping pong ball in it. And then I'll just try to make it where that ping pong ball, you can see it on the bottom. Open up the top again, just barely open it so you can get the ping pong ball out. Like that. So then you're left with pretty much a little, like a shot glass. Then you take another little pinch, and I'm doing this twice just so you can see. I say take a pinch and just sprinkle it in. It should fill it up probably halfway up in that little bucket that you made. Take your pencil or your pen and stick that right in the center. Because now what you're going to do is make that flute again. And I'm going to make this one a little stubbier. So the pin's still in the center. What you want to do is keep that pin right there and just go all the way up. This method of making these things is probably the easiest that I have found on YouTube. It's not my idea to do these. If you look at different YouTube videos, none of them really know who came up with this idea first. A lot of them say it's another YouTuber. I say it's an idea that people just threw out there because it works. I'll show you that in another video, and I might even have my pool guy that I work with me when I light these off. But here's a major tip that I've actually found out with these. Right after you light them, you can use matches or lighter. It doesn't really matter. Do not touch this after you light it. This is hot as heck. I refrain again. Have a parent or a guardian older than 29 help you. And I do repeat this. Have a guardian or a parent over the age of 29 help you. I do not want to see people commenting down below, oh, I tried this, but I burned myself. This right here is metal. You take a flame to it, it gets hot. I've made these so many times. My very first time I made this, I burned the hell out of my hand. I think I still have the burn mark to prove that. I don't know what this crappy camera I have. It's all right here. And this was last July 4th. Right now, it is Thursday, April 12th. This burn has not gone away. It scars. Unless you really want scars for the remainder of your life on your hands, which I do not recommend, do not do this without parent supervision, and do not touch this after you light them. All right. And let me tell you one thing before I end this little live stream. When I do this, showcase these, I'll showcase a failed version that I did a long time ago. I didn't do a YouTube video for that one because I got seriously injured. Burned the hand. I didn't want to show blood on my channel. And a lot of YouTubers say, use a half a ping pong ball inside here and then fill it up with the shreds. Do not do that. That's where I went wrong. It burns super slow, but it burns hot. It's like a jet engine moment. Because once that one lights inside here, it'll send a flame straight out the top, which I had no idea. And I don't want anybody, parents, if you're out there watching this video, supervise your kids. And I'm going to state that majorly. Supervise your kids with this. Do not do this inside your house. One smoke bomb made exactly the way I do these will fill up an entire house with white smoke. And I highly do not recommend doing this because the smoke coming off of these is poisonous. They are highly flammable. You can catch your house on fire that way. I'm already going to put a disclaimer in here. Just because I don't want to have anybody who's not supervised attempt this. And I'll say it 4 more times just so everybody is aware. Do not attempt this at home unless you are supervised and your parents have watched this video so that they know what will happen. And I'll go into the story about how I burned my hand and why I burned my hand. Because it's a good learning experience. One of these, and before I state this, have your parents supervise you. One of these creates a flame that's about 250 degrees. That's about the same temperature that you can get your oven up to cook meat. So, of course, hands are meat in this case. So when you take that flame and you start hearing that sizzle, put it down on the ground. Don't put it down where you don't want it to burn, because it will leave a burn mark. Tinfoil, you wrap in fish. I don't want anybody burning themselves. This is why I'm highly stating all this in the video, or the tutorial video on how to make this. The way I was looking up how to make a smoke grenade in a YouTube video, that wasn't chemically or using a stove. I saw so many that were using stoves and stuff like that. I wanted to do something that was a little bit safer for me to do. And I am 27. I want this project to be a family thing. So that's why I did it. Then, because this is a highly flammable, like I said before, and that. It was 2 July 4ths ago, which was back in 2016 now. I wanted to do something because my niece and nephew, they wanted fireworks. It worked fine. If you don't, they can turn weird. Jet engine, stuff like that. But my experience with burning my hand, that is, I just wanted to do it. So I took my very first prototype of it out onto the driveway, which is right behind me out this room. My niece and nephew were here. My aunt and uncle were here. My parents, my brother, they were all here. And so I went out there, lit it like I was supposed to on the bottom. It smoked. It was a beautiful white smoke. And I'm like, okay. And it was done. It was spent. So I went like, okay, so I can just pick that tinfoil up and throw it away. And I poured water on it just to make sure. But before I poured that water on it, I'm like, okay, so I can just touch it and put it in a glass of water. That was my mistake. And I had my parents supervising. I had my aunt supervising. I had my brother, who's 38, supervising. I grabbed that tinfoil. I didn't realize that it was that hot. I thought it was okay. It's burned out. It should be cool enough for me to touch. I went and grabbed that thing, thinking it was going to be cool so I can just stick it in there. Dumbass me. It burned me bad enough where it was a 2-degree burn on my hand. Still causes, let's see if I can get that in. You can see right there. I don't know if you can see that, but I have a 2-degree burn straight to my skin. It's sizzled. If you've heard bacon sizzling in a pan, that's what my skin did. And it hurt like hell. I'm not going to lie to y'all. It hurt. And that's why I always state in my video, whenever I'm doing something like this, have a parent or guardian supervise you and know what y'all are doing. Like with everything on YouTube. If you're going to attempt something on YouTube, always have your parents watch it with you. And I always tell people, parents, if y'all are out there watching this with your son or daughter, always make sure safety first. Because if not, your son or daughter will have a burn on his hand or her hand from being stupid. Okay? And I'm being honest. I've done these every July 4th. I start in April making these things. So probably by the end of April, I'll have probably about 400 of these suckers made. You can go online to a lot of these places, eBay, Amazon, your local fireworks shop, and buy smoke grenades and smoke bombs. But if y'all want to try this, just have your parents supervise. And I'm being honest. I mean, I've made enough of these to where I know what's going to happen. I know how much to put in there. And I know what to look out for when something goes wrong. Always have a glass of water by hand. I don't recommend ice water just because fire on metal tinfoil with ice water, it can react weird. But ice water would work. But let me state again, just so people are clear, if you're all just tuning in, this video will be up on my channel, so y'all can tune into that one. And I'll showcase these in another just video, not live stream, but just a video on how these actually work. I showed y'all how to make them. I want y'all to be safe doing these, so y'all don't wind up like an idiot like I was. And I really, really hope I don't have any comments down there. Oh, I burned myself. Or these were done wrong. If you attempt this, I want y'all to videotape it. Send it down into the description, a link to it, so I can watch what you've done. All right. And if I can get, out of all seriousness, 10 likes on this video, so I know that people are watching. And I want you to comment down who watched it with you. Your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your best friend. As long as they're over the age of 21. I want those want those titles down in the description. If your mother watched it with you, type in mother. If your father watched it, type in father. If your sister's over 21, right, type in sister watched it with me. Just so I'm clear, have a person over 21 supervising you. Being safe. Always have water on hand just in case it goes wrong. Okay? I don't want somebody to get hurt. I do this video so people know how to do it, know how to so-called beat the system of fireworks cells, of smoke grenades and smoke bombs like this. Because those little things, those little balls of smoke grenades, they're great and all, but the satisfaction of something that's handmade by you, you'll get more satisfaction out of using it. And telling your cousins and that, yeah, I didn't have to go buy any fireworks. I made these. There's a lot of videos on how to make bottle rockets. There's many videos on how to make firecrackers. There's so many videos on how to make smoke bombs and smoke grenades. I do recommend, if it's your very first time making these, to have a glass of water, have a parent supervise, and be safe. I've made something like, out of the years, I've made probably 900 of these suckers. I want y'all to be safe when doing this. I don't want y'all to, go out there and blow the hell out of y'all's hands. That's why I stay. Use 2 ping pong balls for your first thing. After you feel comfortable using these, 2 of these, then you can go a little bit bigger. But for my purpose of using these, 2 is about enough. Because once you cut up the individual little things, then it will be okay. And if y'all are just tuning in, this will be up on my main channel. So I'm not going to repeat everything I just said. But yeah. I'll be posting a watch how these work on my YouTube channel. These are smoke grenades, or classified as smoke bombs, depending on what state, what county you are in. I take all the necessary precautions. Wear long pants when you light these off, even if it is summer. That's with any firework. Wear long pants, just in case. You can wear short sleeves, that's fine. But like I said, do it at safety. I don't state that enough. Be safe doing this video. All right? I don't want to have people saying, oh, I burned myself doing this. You didn't state that enough. I've stated it through this whole video. Just be safe with everything that you do. You only have one hand, one skin. This will probably go away in probably another 5 years, the burn that I have on my hand. I was dumb, yes. But just so you're aware. Parent supervision, safety, glass of water. I'm not going to state that more than I have to. Use logic behind all this. The things that you'll need, again, are ping pong balls. And I do highly recommend you get the same ones. They're East Point ping pong balls. They're made in China. You can go to Dick's, Walmart, pretty much anywhere for these. They're only probably $1.50 per one. So I paid probably $14 for a pack of 24, I believe. You'll need tin foil or aluminum foil. I say chop them up as small as you can. I have a baggie that I fill up fully before I do any project like this. I've already made 90 of these today. I'll post that video on using them on this channel, but I'll be using my cell phone to videotape that. All right. So it'll be just a straight video, and I will pull that link into the description of this video when I do that. And I'm going to state this again. Safety is number 1 on anything I tell you to do, that you do on YouTube. Be safe doing it. And if you like this video and you want to see more live streams like this, hit that like button. Let's try to get 10 likes on this video. And like I said in the video, leave down in the description your mom, father, sister, brother, if they're over the age of 21. Don't go get your little sister, like age 18 or below, and say, oh, my sister watched it. I don't want to hear that. I want you to get somebody that's old enough to understand. These right here, the smoke is poisonous. But yeah, like I said, this has gone 30 minutes. I want to state again, if you like this video, hit that like button. If you want to see more on this subject, I'll try to do a video or a live stream at least once a week on different stuff. And I want y'all, if y'all are dippers out there or smokers, if you're dippers, go to mudjug1.com and go to get a mud jug from them if you're dippers. If you're smokers, you can go there, get a jug, and use it as an ashtray. But Mud Jug is an all-American company. And they actually have a YouTube channel called Mud Jug at YouTube. Check them out. This shirt is on their website. I don't know if it's still there, but it's the Blue Lives Matter Mud Jugs t-shirt. The front is with their American flag mud jug with a blue line. The back, let me see if I can't get that in for you, is a skull of the American flag with a blue line. Go to their site. Check them out. Check them out on YouTube. They are all American. The guy on there is amazing. I'll leave down in the description of this video their YouTube channel and their website in a URL. Just click on that and it will be all good. I love their products. Nothing wrong with that. I also have a Blue Lives Matter mud jug, which I'll do a review on later on. I use it as an ashtray, but I also use it as a mud jug like it's intended to, for spittoon. Check them out. There's a dipper that uses mud jugs all the time. It's Outlaw Dipper. Check them out. I think I went over just be safe. This is Mike Moore doing this video for y'all. I'm going to end it here. So I want y'all to have a great day and a great evening and be safe. Thank y'all and peace.